Anand, you are on mute.
Oh, okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, so I had greeted you in German, Guten Tag, and then I asked if someone has already learned German before this, and a few of you must be aware about some German phrases. Uh, the candidates will be able to respond or not?
Yes, we
Hello.
can.
Yes, okay. Because this is as it is language session, language means interaction has to be there, right? Otherwise, you all will feel like you are just watching some YouTube video if there is no interaction. So there will be a lot of interaction in this session. I expect everyone to be actively, to participate in this actively. Let's start now. When it comes to foreign languages, I give seminars in many companies, colleges, and many other institutes as well. Colleges, mainly engineering colleges. And then the point comes like there is always a slide share and all that. But when it comes to language, when you see a person and you interact with that person, that becomes more effective. Now, when we say foreign language, let's say here mainly we are going to talk about German language. I'm sure I don't have to explain the importance of German language. You all are aware about that. That's why we are having this seminar. But still, we will start with some questionnaire initial, so that will save time. The points which you answer, then we need not to definitely discuss that, and then we'll come to the main point about the language. Okay, the first thing is like, why do you think we need a foreign language? Foreign language other than English, I mean. What do you think? Any of your thoughts?
To understand the culture.
To have a better
Okay.
understanding, to give more exposure to ourselves.
Yes, yeah, give more exposure, understand culture. Yes, if you are interested into that, then you would do that. But 99% of the candidates that I have trained for, the purpose is business.
Yes.
Main. Yeah, that's it. And business, then why language? Because we need to understand our clients, our customers better, their needs and all that. They should be more comfortable to communicate, like when they communicate with us, right? And that is how, before 10 years, that used to happen. That in any company, there used to be, if there is some requirement, like you need to discuss with some German client, then they used to hire some, linguist. Like I speak English, German, then you would hire me. I will talk to the technical person here in India, and then I will communicate with the German person, but I'm zero with my technical skills, right? So that communication doesn't go smooth. When the technical person from your company communicates directly with the client, that is more effective, right? So then in last 10 years, I have seen this difference, that technical experts are now learning languages a lot, foreign languages, and mainly German, because Germany is more into business. Before we proceed, usually many people, they have this question, they have this doubt, like why we are listening to this person, I mean me, right? But people sometimes feel like it will be quite rude to ask, Anand, before we proceed, tell us why we should listen to you, right? So before you ask, I would only say that first of all, like, I'm non-technical person, means I'm not an engineer. Yes, I have learned cosmetics, BTech, I have done. But main my career, whatever I have done in last 16 years, 17 years, since I was 19, is foreign languages only. And someone said in the beginning, culture. And that was my reason first to start with these foreign languages. And I started with culture only because I met two tourists. How? Like suddenly why I was interested into that culture? Because I met two tourists in Lonavala. I was in contact with them in Pune for 3 to 4 months, and they were from Paraguay. That means the language was Spanish. And then we used to meet every weekend. For them, I literally studied every day, 3 to 4 hours, and I learned Spanish, and I could communicate with them very well. And that gave me like such a nice feeling that we used to think if you were in college or maybe before that, we knew only a few countries: England, America, Australia, right? Europe rarely we thought about. If you guys were in school, college, if you remember that time, mainly these countries we were aware of. Then Paraguay suddenly, like I had never thought about that country. And then I got around 30 to 40 friends. If you remember, Orkut was there. Now you can understand when I started learning foreign languages. Who knows Orkut? Hello? Okay, Jisna is saying that Jisna knows Orkut. So that was like Facebook. Yeah, three people said, three, four people they know Orkut. Yes. So then I started learning Spanish and I designed some courses. Once those tourists left, then I thought, what should I do with the language, right? So I designed my own courses. Till then I was teaching English language, spoken English. And then I designed that course and I started teaching Spanish. And then I went on learning other languages because I got the test of, in Hindi there is one song, Lahu Mu Lag Gaya. So there I got the test of these foreign languages. Like we can have many friends, we can listen new music, we can watch many movies, literature, we can assess. So this benefit I never thought about. Like if we learn some foreign languages, till then career business was not my intention at all. And then second language I started with French, and then I started with German. Okay, I got that confidence that I can do it quite easily because अच्छा so his mic is on. Okay, so this is how I started learning, and that was the time 2005, 2006, and 2007. In these 3 years, I learned these foreign languages, and later on, I decided that I don't want to do any other career. I want to do only foreign languages, and you can say since then I have been into these foreign languages only. I learned all these languages on my own, but later on I wrote the exams and I got those, exam preparation and certificate, that experience. And then I went on training my students for those exams. And till now, I have trained with my team now. I have team of trainers. Till now, we have trained more than 15,000 students and 4 to 5,000 students. They are already settled there in Germany, or like they are on and off in Germany for their company work. So this is how my journey has been. Okay, and let me tell you, I am from Marathi medium. I have done my education till 12th standard in Marathi medium, and English medium was only when I did my college, and that too I left it in between. And I entered into this foreign languages only. Later on, I completed my graduation after 4 or 5 years. So now this has been my experience, and mostly 90% of my students were working professionals only. Method that I have designed is customized for Indians. In short, it is designed in such a way that if you know Hindi and English, then learning German will become quite easy for you. If you follow the international standard method, then you will have to learn everything technically. But here we have made some changes. The way I used to think, being Marathi medium guy, I wanted everything to be simplified, the grammar part. And then I thought, even if you are from English medium, but while learning German, it is the same thing, right? Marathi medium guy learns English, and English medium guy learns German, French, or Spanish. So we designed that method accordingly. And since then, we have been into this, I have been into this training only. So this has been my journey, my experience. So I haven't got any graduation. I didn't do any graduation in these languages, but I learned this out of my interest, and later on it became my passion. And since then, the only thing I do is foreign languages. That's it. Okay, so it's been now 15 plus years. Okay, so now why foreign languages? The simple thing, communication. Okay, communication, you can communicate with the larger audience. here we have one example, like Sonu Nigam. Yes, at least one person should talk to me, say yes. Okay, everyone almost knows Sonu Nigam.
Yes.
And you also know Bastin Bieber. Am I correct? Bastin Bieber, you know. Now you cannot reply to this just by raising your hand. You have to speak
Justin
if
Bieber.
you want to.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Justin Bieber. Now tell me, who is more experienced, Justin Bieber or Sonu Nigam?
Sonu
Nigam.
Nigam.
Sonu Nigam, of course, right? So Sonu Nigam is more experienced, you know that. Who has sung more songs?
Sonu Nigam.
Sonu
I think
Nigam.
Sonu Nigam. Sonu Nigam.
Yes,
Sonu
of
Nigam.
course. Sonu Nigam, right? What do you believe? Even if you are not a singer, even if you don't understand singing technically, what do you believe that who understands singing better scientifically, technically? Sonu Nigam or Justin Bieber?
Sonu Nigam.
Sonu
Sonu
Nigam.
Nigam.
Right. Now just tell me who is more rich and who is more famous, who has larger audience?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Right. The difference is language. You agree?
Yes.
Yes. That means even if you have experience, even if you know things better than some fresher or someone who is less experienced, but still, if you cannot communicate in that language, wherever, in whichever country you want to share your knowledge is of no use for them, right? So this is what is happening in case of Europe. Okay, they are not much comfortable with English language, and they expect every technical expert to be good with their language skills. You can communicate, but you have limitations. I mean, you can communicate with one team only. You cannot openly travel anywhere, and you cannot take the responsibility of all the operations in any region in that country, right? You can go in one office at one plant and you have one fixed team and you can communicate with them in English. But when it comes to handling larger responsibilities, bigger responsibilities, then you need to know their language. And every company now, every company is multinational company, and if that company is not working with German companies, then they are definitely they are looking forward to work with them. So if you are a technical expert and you have to communicate with your German clients, or you want to expand your business in German speaking countries, then you need to know that language. It doesn't take much time or not that much efforts, but once you learn that, that remains with you forever. Okay. And you can just, if you are getting exposure, you will go on improving and improving. You will never forget that language if you are already using that language. Whatever you learn, okay, if you use that, your knowledge will, you will gain more knowledge only. Okay, it will never happen that you have just learned a certain little German and you're using, but you cannot go beyond that. You will keep going. You don't need higher levels, literally. Now here comes the point I always discuss, that is technical skills and these language skills, the difference. If you have any questions on whatever I'm saying, please speak, because I see the raised hand, but I don't understand exactly that was that for the last time or now you have some doubt. Okay, so technical skills, you all are working professionals, so you have gained some technical skills, that's why you're there. And language skills, what is the difference? You know that whatever technical skills you have to keep improving, keep upgrading yourself, right? Whatever technical skills you have got 5 years before, is it okay to continue with that still now after 5 years also? Is it the same, or you need to upgrade yourself? You need to know new things. Can you tell me something about that? Hello?
Upgrade with latest trends.
Right? Yeah, you have to upgrade. I mean, if you don't do that, then you will, maybe in that race, you won't be able to continue. Okay, after 5 years, now onwards, after 5 years, you know that there will be new things. Maybe there will be completely different technology, right? And you have to learn all that. But when it comes to language skills, once you learn that language, it will never happen that after 5 years I will send you mail to all of you guys. Now there are 2 more tenses recently they have added, and we need to learn them. You need to upgrade your grammar knowledge. That won't happen. Once you learn language, that remains your power forever. Okay, you don't have to recharge that. That is like, kind of you use it more, you gain better knowledge. Your language becomes better. Okay, you keep improving that without even learning anything new. You're just using that. You will go on learning new words automatically when you deal with those people, when you access some literature, movies, songs. It is very easy. People take it as a certificate course or something like that, but it is language. Okay, and language, you let's say, suppose if Hindi is not your mother tongue, you got Hindi environment and you started speaking Hindi. So it's just like that. German, when you start learning, initially it will be difficult. When you start applying that, after a certain period of time, you won't even realize that you have learned so much of German. Okay, and when we say German, it's not only related to German. You learn any other European language. But mainly when students ask me why we should do German, why not other languages, then I always have one question. Like, how do you decide which language you should learn? That you decide according to the country which is more into business. That's simple. And we know, other than these English speaking countries, 2 countries are more into business, Japan and Germany, right? Now we will consider these 2 languages, Japanese and German language. The difference, what language we should learn. German language, if you know already Hindi, Marathi, or any Indian other regional language, and English, these 2 languages you know, then you already know a lot of German. That we'll check in this session itself. Okay, you already know German. That is the first thing. When it comes to Japanese, you are already at 0. You need to start with the reading and writing part. When it comes to reading and writing, everyone here, even if you have not seen a single word of German in your life till now, but still you all can read and write German. And that too with 95% of accuracy. Okay, so you just need to learn 5%, right? But when it comes to Japanese, you need to start from 0. I'm not saying Japanese is not good, but being working professional and you have both options, like you can go for Japanese or German, then I would suggest you to go for German language, because you already know a lot of vocab, you already know reading and writing. That helps a lot. Okay, and when it comes to Japanese, if you give up after 3 months, 5 months, 4 months, and you continue after a long time, then you will have to start from again beginning. Okay, and everything is new. Everything is new. Script, pronunciation, grammar, whatever logic, sentences, and all that. I haven't learned that, but I have one colleague. Okay, we always discuss. Like, I always say German is better, and he convinces me. He tries to convince me that Japanese is better. Now there is again another difference. When it comes to Japanese, then you can assess only Japanese companies or Java. When it comes to German, German is the major language, majorly spoken in Europe. Okay, it is major language in Europe. So, if you speak German in whole Europe, you will feel like people are considering you, okay, you know German, then you are kind of close to us. They will be more friendly to you. Okay, even if you're in France, but if you say you speak German, they will feel like, okay, fine. If you know German, then German, French, okay, he is somewhat close to us. But if you don't know any of the European languages, then you will feel all the time stranger. You will feel stranded anywhere, like you cannot talk to people and all. So that will be the problem. So German, always I suggest, because with less efforts, you can reach to expert level. I mean, the way we are communicating now, you can communicate in German language in a very short period of time. Okay, so that is the difference, which language we should do. Now, just a second. Yeah, so methods of learning foreign language. Foreign language, mainly the German language you will consider. Methods of learning foreign language, what is that exactly? Either you can travel to that country. Everyone might have experienced this. If you are working professional, if you have moved away from your native place, and if you have lived in some new region, new state, different state for a few months, you start learning that new language. Okay, if Hindi is not your mother tongue, you must have started learning German. Sorry, Hindi. Like when you got that Hindi environment. So environment is the basic rule, basic need to learn any language. Because if you consider here, there are around like 25-30 candidates here. Everyone speaks minimum 2 to 3 languages, right? And then if you observe the first language, your mother tongue, when you started learning, at what age you started not learning, at what age you started speaking? If you have kids at home, at what age kids start speaking mother tongue? At the age of, right? Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes. Okay, fine. After a long time, I got one S. Thank you. So 2 to 3 years, right? 2 to 3 years of age, and they start speaking. But if you observe, they cannot read whatever they can speak. That means they need not to practice reading and writing. They need to be in that environment. They need to listen to whatever others are speaking, and they start speaking that only what they listen. You also spoke first word, you heard that ma, mummy, I, whatever it is, right? So you started speaking that because you heard that. Then your like mom said to father, like he said mom today. Then father came home and father started saying, say papa, papa, papa. That baby started saying papa, was not reading anything. So that is the best way to learn language, get the environment, listen. And then this baby that starts reading and writing at the age of 4 or 5, right? Means if that baby doesn't go to school, speaking language won't be the problem. Yeah, we know many people, they cannot read and write, but they still speak effectively, right? Same way, you can learn any foreign language, only it depends now that you need that language immediately for business, then you need to go through proper training. If you're just traveling and you're enjoying, you're communicating with people, you're understanding their culture and all, then you don't need any courses. You can have just one dictionary and you can go on. Okay, speaking with people, learn language and all, because you don't have any business requirement there, right? So that is the difference. Like one, you get the exposure, get environment, but for that you need to be in that country, or else do proper courses. Okay, courses will help you to learn faster, because every day it is planned, like what you're learning now, practice, the trainer is listening to you, understanding what you're learning, how you're doing it, your sentence formation, grammar and all that. And then next is always you understand the whole plan of that course, like how I'm going to complete these topics, and after 1 month, after 2 months, where do I see myself with this language, right? You can understand that very well. But when it comes to environment, it can take months or years as well. So that is one thing. Now, if you do some courses, technical courses, will it be possible? Because always our problem is we already have very less time. So that's why the 7th point was there, staying motivated spite of the challenges. And the only challenge usually students get, my students are always working professionals, so I'm not considering you college or school students. Yeah, candidates, I should say then. Candidates always have one common problem. Because if I ask here, who has a lot of free time? No one. No one has free time. You have to adjust this learning activity in your working schedule only. Okay, but how much time you need then? Class duration 1.5 hours. Okay, that can be decided, like it can be 2 days a week, 3 days a week, because regular batches that I have, they're 5 days a week. Okay, so depending on that, the duration will be decided. Like let's consider first level, A1 level. If it is Monday to Friday, it will take 45 days. If it is just 3 days, it will take 55 to 60 days. And if it is just 2 days, then it may take up to 70 to 80 days, 90 days as well. Okay, so depending on that, days I said, then hours also, every day how many hours you're learning. But other than training, you need 1 hour of homework, study. that you can do 4 hours on weekend, or you can do every day 1 hour. Now, how to adjust that you need to plan. But one thing is there, that language, even if you attend courses regularly and you change your entertainment language to German, let's say you are attending course, you have no time, but you're traveling for some time, you're listening to music, okay, then just change that music language to German. I mean, Bollywood music you cannot dub into German, but there are German songs, German music. Okay, you can start watching German movies, series, and then that will be kind of your environment. You listen to that, change your Instagram, your WhatsApp, your phone language to German, and then your phone will teach you every day some new words. And after 1 week, only you will be able to operate your phone. None of your friends or other colleagues or other people, those who don't know that language, and you will be very much comfortable with that phone. And others will ask you like, "Bhai, code to nahi hai, but how to open this? Where is it?" Only if they can see the logo, they can operate that. Okay, so that's the thing, like how you can learn that, how much time you need, and being working professional. If you have really no time at all, then I always suggest my students to take break somewhere when you leave from office and you reach home. Okay, if you work 1 hour extra in the office, you tell at home, "Aaj kaam thoda zyada tha." Same thing you do now, and say that for next 3 months we'll have extra work. Okay, find some cafe on the way, or in your company canteen, or somewhere, anywhere, find some place to sit for 1 hour and do your homework, do your studies. And that too, if you cannot do, then weekend you need to sacrifice 3 hours minimum, Saturday, Sunday. So this is how working professionals need to manage. And if you feel like, no, I stay very much close to my office and my working hours are not that busy schedule I don't have, then you are very lucky. You should go ahead with these foreign languages immediately, because even if your technical skills, you get old with that, like your technical skills get old, but this language skill will always keep you in the limelight in your career. So that is about how you can do that. Why German, that we have discussed, but still, why German language is in demand? I mean, why, if we learn German, like, why is it happening? Like, why Germany needs the people to learn German more, technical professionals? Let's say you are in this company, you learn German. What benefit did Germany will get? What do you think? Why it is in demand? German language particularly. Anybody? No? Nobody?
Yes, I can say that VFD is our biggest customer, and it is OPCO where we are getting lot of requests from Germany. And I think we are dealing with the two data centers also, which was managed by the locally like Berlin and Kerpen. So most of the that cases we are facing some communication issue also to discuss the local engineer also, or we need means we need to make a lot of efforts to get the understand what is exactly we need or what is their need. So most
Yes, yes.
Break the communication barrier.
Right, to break the communication barrier, but that comes in any language. But we'll consider this thing. Why we are getting so much business from Germany? Why they are not doing it there? Because they don't have manpower. They don't have manpower. That's why they are outsourcing this, right? That's why our companies are getting benefit, isn't it?
yes, you can say like that also, but one thing is that you are correct, but another thing is that resource evolution means there is dependency on something, like means we can say that we are working in the half of the cost, like there means if
Exactly.
the German
Yes.
engineer is working on one thing like paid by 100 rupees, then for example, we are doing that work in a 10 rupees or below than the 10 rupees. So that is
In
Yes.
also
short, we can say that they get a cheap labor.
yeah.
Right. Now, here comes the point why their engineer demands so much, and we can do that comfortably in half of the price, and still we are happy, right? that we can do that for the same work. We'll charge you half of the amount only, and still we feel like we are having, we are in profit. The reason here is they don't have abundance of manpower. They have to source that from other countries, and instead of that, they are outsourcing that. That is the reason that you explained. Yeah, almost the same thing, but I say that in different word with different words. The main part why they don't have manpower is that is quite a different reason. Long time ago, we know that they are into live-in relationship and they don't want to have babies, and this trend started 20, 30, 40 years before, and now that trend is still on the peak. Why? Because freedom is more important for them, and now they have very less um, young population, and if their economy has to survive, they need us. They don't have any option. I mean, they cannot say, okay, we will hire 100 people and then we will get the work done. They cannot do that. People are not available. So whatever people are available, they are demanding higher packages, higher salaries, and according to the cost, living cost and all, they have to pay that much. And they don't have manpower, and the manpower they don't have, the reason is this. Okay, and in India, we have a lot of manpower and we are getting that benefit. If we learn German, then the companies that we are working for, we are asset for them, right? Let's say you are working. I won't say, I see here Vodafone, but I won't say typically about Vodafone only, but any company you're working in India, okay, you're technical expert, you can do certain job very well. And when it comes to a foreign language and you can communicate with that foreign client directly, you're a technical person and you can communicate directly with the client, then you are an asset for your company. Okay, I won't say that that layoffs and all that is happening. Whatever is happening right now, we see those news. But if you see, if there is really someone skilled, okay, has got technical as well as language skills and can get more business for the company would never, you know, get idea of dropping that candidate or let's say firing or whatever it is. So you are a team member, you are working with that company, but you can become asset if you learn foreign languages. That is one simple thing, that you should have some that extra skill. And when it comes to foreign languages, technical skills people get easily. If they have learned certain part, they can get the upgrade, they can upgrade themselves easily. But when it comes to language, you have to start from zero, right? You have no idea, earlier you haven't done in your college days and all that. So when you do that and you gain that knowledge, you start speaking that language. After let's say few days, someone comes to you and says, oh, you speak German, okay, I will also go in the market and I will get German. No, that is not possible, right? Technical people, technical skills with German language skills or foreign language skills, that is really hard to find in the market. So if you understand this, you will understand what this one language skill will mean in your resume. What will be the importance of that? Someone wants to say something. I saw someone raise hand.
Yeah, I was saying like if they are trying to outsource the business to other country, they see the similar expertise, similar benchmark of skills, so the person should assess and have, so they become an asset to their
Right,
employment.
right. Yeah. So that is very much true. And now we'll go to the next part. Fine. Usually after this, it is enough to discuss why we need German language. The next part is, how is the German language? Is it possible for me to learn? Can I do that easily? Before that, I would like to ask here, anybody has learned German before this? Because mostly I find few candidates, they say like I have learned some German or I have done some course or in my college days or something like that. Anybody here who has learned German before this?
I work for a German client, so it's like I have just learned a couple of words or some phrases. That's it.
Okay, okay. So that was because of the environment, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's it. Nobody, no one else has done. Now, someone is saying, I guess.
Yeah, we also have a team sitting there in Germany, so we used to talk with them on daily basis. So we
Okay.
also know few phrases.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
which is your favorite phrase?
Guten Morgen,
Guten Morgen. Okay, good.
Guten
So
Tag.
now, again, anyone else? Anybody wants to speak? Because we are going to start with language now, particularly. Okay, you will understand many things in a very short period of time, and trust me, I won't waste your time by telling the same things which are already available in the internet or YouTube video you can watch. Then why you are attending this meeting here? The things that we will discuss here, mostly you won't find them in the internet, YouTube, or anywhere. Okay. So before we proceed, then, do you have anybody has done any course or learned at least 10-15 days some course properly? No one, right? Let's go ahead then. First of all, how is German language? Even if some student or some candidate is very much clever, class topper or university topper, they always ask, like, when they start working, they want to know, is it easy or difficult? Not because they are afraid of the language. They just want to understand how much efforts I need to put to learn this language. So let's start with that point now. You can see the board properly, right? Just when it comes to language, any language, the first important part, what are there are how many parts you would divide language into? I mean, um, technically, reading, writing is the one part. So that will be kind of script, right? Script will be the first one, that is reading and writing. Okay. What is the next part?
Listening,
Listening. Okay. Okay. If you have to learn some language, what thing you are mainly afraid of or you are stressed about?
speaking,
Speaking. Then listening and speaking. Okay. And comes here the next part, that is vocab. You need to learn a lot of words, right?
Proper accent.
Proper accent. Okay. Uh, yes, that would come in listening and speaking then. So accent you
Grammar.
won't.
Grammar.
Yes, grammar part, right? Okay. Now, if these things are there, even if your accent is not native, that is okay. That would do. I guess this is not visible clearly. Is it? Yeah.
You're also not audible.
Um, right. Okay. Mostly what I would do then, when I'm looking towards the camera, then only I will speak. Rest, when I'm writing here, I will speak. I guess this time it is clear now. When I look towards the camera, it is
Yes,
audible.
yep.
Yes.
Yes. So these four parts are there. The first basic thing is script. You started English with what was the first topic you learned in English?
Alphabets.
Alphabet.
alphabets.
Right.
Vowels.
Okay. So now for next 2 minutes we'll go in flashback, and you will I will show you your own first standard or whenever you learned alphabet first. So tell me now, A for, I'm not wasting your time. Okay. So reply me. We are coming to some point. That's why I'm asking you. So tell me now, A for,
Apple.
Apple,
okay, B for
Ball.
ball, C for
Cat.
cat,
cat. That's enough. Okay. Now C for cat. This is how you read this word, right? Cat. Everyone can see the word, right? So CAT cat. You all have studied science as well. You know the types of ions, anions and
cations.
cations. So cation, is it correct? Cation spelling?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cation. Now read this word again. Huh?
Education.
Education. Why did you say education?
Because English is a funny language.
I know, right?
Okay. Now here is the best part of language. You know, when I got to know this, I was so damn happy because as I told you, I studied in Marathi medium. I'm Marathi medium student, and English was always a problem for me. Okay, someday in future, if we start with some training, I will tell you how I wrote my essay in 10th standard. You would feel like this guy is teaching us German. How is it possible now? Okay, I passed with my English. I scored 40 and passing was 35 out of 100. So you can understand how was my English that time. Okay, now it is education in English, but we learned cat, cation, and when you add these three alphabets here, the sound of the whole word changes. And then it doesn't matter what the spelling is, you always remember the symbol. This combination is symbol. How to read this combination? They are of no use. You don't read there. Otherwise, you would say education. You don't say that. Okay, not only that. Nature. Am I correct? Nature.
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 Nature, right? But why chair? Okay, let it be. Then I will write teacher spelling. Is it correct now?
No.
No. But nature teacher, isn't it? Okay, now you will say no, but for this it is CH here. Why? It is like that only. Just remember that, right? This is how you would tell someone. There is no scientific reason for this. Okay, nature teacher. Then one simple part. BUT,
But.
but CUT,
Cut.
cut. Then this must be put.
Put.
But it is put. Why not put and good?
Because of IPA,
IPA.
International Phonetic Symbols
Ah,
Association. Yeah.
the same. The same. It should be like this. Okay. There
Your
are some.
voice just broke.
I mean, there is no scientific reason. Okay, we know that there are rules, and according to rule, we call it but, cut, and then put. But if you see that language, you know, some Adivasi language or some other languages, they don't have so much technical stuff. Language is something like, you know, came first, and then later on, I guess, the books and literature and other things came. So, if you consider this thing, then it should be put. If you just read these words, rules are there. That's why we call it put. Okay. Now, do you call it put ever?
No.
No. Okay. Can you read that once again?
Cute.
Cute.
Hmm.
Right. This is W alphabet. W. When you read that, how do you read that?
Water.
Where is W? No, W is the alphabet. When you read that, you don't use that alphabet sound. Right? Again, there are many other rules, phonetics, and all that. But here comes the point. In German, there is nothing like this. You read it the way you see it. In German, this will be, what do you
Good.
think? Good, correct. Put. And in German, this is very interesting. Nature, how Germans would read that? Because the same word is there in German language. Same word.
Natter.
Natur.
Natur.
Okay, you. In English, you is very upset because you think like, अपने कोई valuation नहीं है, कोई consider ही नहीं करता you.
Your voice is not audible.
Okay. I mean to say, in English, we don't consider you as a oo sound. But in Hindi, in Marathi, we do consider that, right? Same way, in German language, you will be pronounced as oo. So it is Natur. What will happen in German if you call it Nature? Sorry, in English. In English, if you read it Nature, if you follow those alphabets, okay, the way we learn them separately, A, B, C, D. If you read it Nature, what will happen? Your
Nobody
future
will
will be in
understand.
danger. Your future will be in danger. Do you get it? What I mean?
Yeah.
What is future?
Future.
Future.
Future. But in German, it is futur only. And when you call it future, nature, Germans laugh at you. Okay, why? I mean, if it is simple, natur, why you call it nature? So do you understand why we are talking about this English? That is katan for them. This is not shan. They don't call it shan. Did you katan? Okay, if you read that in German, information, Theon, they call it Theon. Okay, then here it is natur, futur, nature, future. They mean to say we don't need any combination and then you call it this, you call it that. For this word, it is different. If you read German, you see German, you can read it the way you see it. Whatever alphabets you see, just pronounce every alphabet and you will be correct. That's what I say. So this is somewhat similar to when you chat with your friends or with your colleagues. Mostly with your colleagues, you chat in English, but with your friends, you chat in Hindi. But do you literally use Hindi script or you use English script?
English.
English script.
Okay, so English. So English script, right? कहाँ है मैं wait कर रहा हूँ. Everything is in English, but language is Hindi. But when you read that, you read it with Hindi accent, right? You don't use British or American accent. So same way, you see German, you read it like you're reading Hindi, Marathi, SMS or chat. Okay, and you will sound close to native German. You don't literally have to worry about your sound, your pronunciation. Okay, read it like Hindi, Marathi, SMS or messages, and you will sound close to German, native Germans. That's it, simple. So how to read German? Read it like your normal chats, Hindi, Marathi, native language chats. Let it be whatever is your mother tongue. You type that in English, right? Whatever languages you know, Indian languages, you can type everything in English and you read it in that language. Same way, you have to read German and you can read now anything in German. Tell me, will you be able to read or not if that is the trick?
Yes.
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 So everyone can read German, right? And now if I say any word, let's say, like we all are working in some, you all are working in some company. So while we're discussing with each other, we mostly talk about technical stuff, work related things, right? But suddenly I tell you one sentence that everyone does that. If you have to tell someone, मैंने कपड़े धोने के लिए भिगोए हैं, वो भीगे नहीं है अब तक. I mean, ये हमें कभी भी इंग्लिश में किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. In English language, I mean to say. But if I ask you to type that to your friend or some colleague, and you have to type that in English, you can do that. Many words you have already done. Any name, okay, Fursuk Wangdu. If you have to type that in English, you will be able to do that or not? Maybe somewhere one spelling, one alphabet will be wrong, right? That Fursuk Wangdu will say, no, there is double O, not U, whatever it is. But you will be able to type that or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can. That means you can write German. Because if you listen, you can write that. Okay, if you can read, you can. If you see German, you can read that easily. Script is same like English. 4 alphabets are extra, but they are not that difficult. You just need to. 3 are same only. Only one alphabet is different that you already know. It is beta. Okay, but it sounds like sir. Simple. Okay, and few interesting things. Some changes like here, nature and teacher we saw. In every word there will be, sound will be same, spelling will be different. Sometimes spelling will be same, sound will be different. Okay, so it can happen in English with many words, but in German, if you say like V is pronounced as F, you must be knowing some Germans read it like Vodafone, right? Have you heard any German reading this Vodafone? No? Hello?
No.
Okay, tell me one German car making company that has plant here in Pune.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. The spelling starts with V,
V.
but it is pronounced as F. Now you'll say, see, in German also it is confusing. No, it is not confusing because that rule is fixed throughout the language. Anywhere you see V, it is F. So for you, it is V pronounced as F. For them, it is fur only, right? They don't say in our language we pronounce V as F. They say we pronounce fur as fur. For them, it is fur only. Fau, the alphabet called. Okay, so reading and writing. Now tell me, everyone here in the meeting can read German and can write German. Grammatically wrong, that doesn't matter. I said 90 to 90%. Your accuracy will be better than that only. Everyone can read and write. So that is how you are already at level in case of German language. Okay, you are not at zero. You are not starting at zero. The next point comes now. What is next point?
Anand, just one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
I think the same rule applies to
Spanish, French,
Spanish
Polish.
regarding the pronunciation.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
thing here is like Indian languages. If you know Hindi, learning or reading, writing Marathi becomes easy. Tell me the reason why. Script is same, right? Abagada. And many words are same. Ghar, ghar, gadi, gadi, rasta, rasta.
Yeah.
Way Hindi, Marathi, Punjabi, Rajasthani, Marwadi, many words are common, right? Sometimes the script is a little bit different, but many words are common. In case of many European languages, the script is same. Script is same, only words are different. So you can compare them with like Hindi, Marathi. Okay, if you know Hindi, learning Marathi becomes easy. If you know Marathi, learning Hindi becomes easy. So the day you will learn German, learning French, learning Spanish, Polish, Dutch, Swedish, many of these languages you can learn very easily because you already understood the logic, and their logic, most of the part, grammar part is very much similar. Okay, so this doesn't apply to only German language, but we are considering German because that is what we are talking about. Okay, so that's the thing. So when you learn German, let's say you are studying 100 hours and you are learning certain amount of German. You learn the same certain amount, I said, same amount of Spanish, you won't need 100 hours. You will need then 60 to 70 hours only. Same amount of French or Polish or many of the other languages. If you learn, you don't need again 100 hours, 60, 70 hours is enough. And once you understand that logic, you will understand that many of these European languages have a lot of vocab in common. The way Hindi, Marathi, many words are in common. Yeah. So now the next part, vocab. That is where everyone feels like, when I will learn so much of vocab. But you know, you already know. Do you know that you already know 40% of German words? Do you believe that? If you don't, then I will prove it right now. Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani kar denge. You tell me. Say no, I don't believe. I will prove. If you say you believe, we'll proceed. Or you want to check that you know
Yes.
German words already? Yes. Okay, if you
Yes.
check, then let's do that. I will tell you one German word and you have to tell me its English meaning. Fine?
Okay.
Right? Okay. Now I have one request here. Whatever word I'm going to say, if you have already learned, if you have seen that word already while learning German, then do not answer. Because what we are expecting guess. You have to guess the meaning. Okay. And then if you say quickly, Anand, I know this word, I had gone through, I had seen that word already, then that is not your guess. That is your knowledge. Right? You're confident about the answer. So I expect you to guess. Okay. So should we? I need you to turn on your mics and you have to answer quickly because this is kind of buzzer round. You have to answer within 2 seconds. Clear? Clear means clear, understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start then. So the German word, first word, I would say, tell me, what is the meaning of German word Bruder in English?
Brother.
Brother. So was that your guess or you know that already?
Guess.
Guess. Okay. But still, many of the people could not guess it immediate. I mean, when some candidates said brother, then they compared, okay, it is somewhat like that. But next word, I am sure everyone here knows as in you can guess it correct confidently. Schwester.
Sister.
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 Yeah.
Okay, sweater. Someone said that was that I was expecting. Someone said sweater. Okay, so that was really good because whenever I ask first word Schwester, almost everyone says sweater. But those who said sister, they the brain started working. Okay, first it was Bruder, brother. So Schwester, sister. Because you were already thinking about group of words related to family, right?
Yeah.
Uncle, uncle,
Uncle.
uncle,
Uncle.
uncle. Father,
Father.
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 mutter,
Mother.
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 Cuisine,
Cousin.
Cousin.
Brother.
cousin. So no one thought Italian or Chinese cuisine, right? You thought cuisine, it is cousin. Side. Then next, everyone understood that it is related to family. So let's change the group. Tell me, what do you think? What is bananan?
Banana.
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 Orangan,
Orange.
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 orange. Apple,
Apple. Apple.
Apple.
apple. Okay. What do you think? What is pineapple called in German? If someone
Ananas.
has, yeah,
Pineapple.
Ananas.
ananas, correct. But one who said pineapple, he learned one rule that learning German is very easy. You take English word, okay? आप इंग्लिश वर्ड्स को लो, एक डब्बे में बंद करो, उसको हिला दो तो जर्मन बन जाता है. Right? So pineapple, make it pineapple. Why I is there or something like that? No, but it is easier than that. Pineapple is ananas. That you might think that it is in my language also it is ananas. Yes. Pineapple is ananas. So apple is apple. What do you think? What is watermelon?
Watermelon.
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 And can you guess what is the word for water in German?
Water.
Wasser. Okay, Wasser. Because I said watermelon. What do you think? How would you say mineral water in German? Just say it. Whatever. Mineral Wasser. It is correct. Just same spelling. Only A has its own value, importance. So it is mineral Wasser. If it is U, then U you have to say. Okay. So every alphabet you need to pronounce. So it is mineral Wasser. Mineral Wasser. Correct. Now let's take some different thing. What do you think? What is Universität? Universität in German?
University.
University.
Yes. What do you think? What is Schule?
School.
School. Correct. What do you think? What is Mathe?
Math.
Master.
Maths. Chemie. Chemistry. Chemistry. Bio.
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 Biology.
Okay, biology. It is bio. Simple. And then music.
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 Okay, so I said you, so it will be music. So in English also we call it music, and it is simply music. What do you think? What is camera?
Camera.
Camera.
Camera, right? So many words. If mouse, computer, okay, then Wasser is water. Many words. If you t-shirt, jeans, these words are same. Okay. So if I give 100 words, okay, day-to-day life words, not technical words I'm talking about. If I give 100 words, what do you guess? How many words you can guess the meaning?
70 to 80%.
20 to 80, you said?
70 to 80.
70 to 80. See, you said 70 to 80, and I said 40%. Your confidence is way higher than mine. No. Okay, so actually 50 to 60, 70%. If you are not bothered about getting wrong and you go on guessing the words, then you can actually guess 70%, 80% of the vocab. Okay, and most of the time, 90% accuracy will be there. Some words are technical. Technical words like, okay, if you can read, tell me what is this? Can you read this word?
Shrank.
Perfect. That is German. Shrunk. Okay, not shrank. It is shrunk. Shrunk. Trunk is cupboard. Trunk is cupboard. Okay, almira. Is that correct in Hindi? Almira we say? Almari?
No, both words,
Yes.
both words are correct. Almira and
Almari.
Almira both are correct. Yeah.
Both are correct.
Okay, fine. So, cupboard, that is shrunk. Okay. What kind of cupboards you have seen? I mean, can you tell me? Okay, cupboard, we use cupboard for like this cupboard, that cupboard. Can you tell me, Fatafat, whatever cupboard means you keep clothes,
Utensils,
and
clothes, groceries,
utensils, clothes, and
groceries,
groceries, right?
Books. Books.
Books, yes. But one more cupboard is there that we never considered that as a cupboard. Can you tell me?
Shoe rack.
Huh?
Shoe rack.
Shoe rack. Okay. Shoe cupboard. Okay. That is also there. But a cupboard hai. Can you tell me what is this word now? Or can you read this?
Khal.
Wall.
Khal.
You kind.
Khul.
What is
Wall.
it?
Cool.
Cool. Right?
Cool.
H is a H sound. H and L. Cool. How it sounds like in English? In a similar word, cool.
Khal.
Cool, no? Cool, thanda.
Cool. Yes.
Yes. तो जर्मनी में ना ठंडा कपबोर्ड भी होता है. Cool shrunk. Can you guess what is it?
Refrigerator.
Yes. Okay. Now you will never forget that refrigerator, even if technically you don't know that word, you don't remember, but you will remember this logic that, you know, refrigerator is called thanda cupboard, cool cupboard, cool shrunk. Because slider shrunk means clothes wala cupboard, kitchen shrunk means kitchen में जो cupboards होते हैं वो. तो अब ये तो cupboard ही है ना, that is cupboard and that is cool cupboard. You understand how technical they are? Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Yeah, you will see, yes, right? So cool shrunk. This is how you will learn some words and you will never forget them. Now, I don't know you will forget these words or not, but the word that I'm going to tell you after this, okay, you won't forget that until you die. The word is gift, G-I-F-T. What is so special about that? Gift is English word also, and it is German words also. But English word gifts, its German meaning is Geschenk. Okay, Geschenk is English gift, that is present. But there is German word also, gift, G-I-F-T. And its English meaning is this. What is it? I guess
Poison.
Poison. Poison, right. So in English, if someone is saying, I got gift for you, you should be happy. But in German, if someone is saying, I got gift for you, you should run away. Okay, so gift, same word. If I ask you, okay, what is the meaning of gift? You will say gift. No. Gift in German, it is different. And German word gift, its English meaning is poison. And this is how we learn vocab. Okay, when we learn some new word that triggers some emotion in a, like, you know, in our brain, and that can be happiness, weird, sorry, you feel for that, and or sometimes you find it funny, and you remember whatever is that emotion. If that is extreme, or you think about it, hi, that is interesting, that is so weird, that is funny, that is disgusting. Even if it is disgusting, you will remember that. You remember two types of movies very well. One, your favorite movie, you enjoyed that a lot. And another movie that was torture for you. You couldn't even sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours. You'll remember these two movies, but you will remember. Here, language related things, we need to just have some reason to remember that. Okay, so vocab will be similar to English. Sometimes it will be technical, like cool shrunk, thanda cupboard. Okay, cool cupboard. Or it will be weird, strange, horrible, something like gift, and you will remember that. So it's not like you need to work hard to memorize this. This language itself is full of, you know, fun, exciting things, some facts, you know, entertaining stuff is there that you just get to know about that and you will remember it automatically. Don't you think so now, whatever vocab we have seen? These are just few examples. I'm not saying these are the only most interesting examples. You may come up with better examples than I have given you. Okay, that is just depending on your brain, how you think about that word. Okay, and your point of view is important. So now you can read and write German, and you know a lot of German vocab. Now tell me, before we started this seminar, you were like completely stranger to German. Now what do you feel?
Somewhat familiar.
Right? Familiar with German. It's not like you have to start from the zero. You're already at certain level. Okay. Now comes the next part.
Anand, just one question from my side. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
in Spanish, there are like two words, arranca and parada. We come across those two words daily. So is that same in German, like start and stop?
Start and stop. Hello?
Yes,
Yeah, it is same. You said German words only.
arranca and parada.
No, start and stop.
Okay, but in Spanish, they call it arranca and parada.
Right. In Spanish, it is there. But in German, you can say starten and stoppen. That's it.
Okay,
Yes. So now it is much easier than you expected, right?
yes.
Yeah. So if I say I start, I would say simply ich starter. And I stop is stopper.
Okay.
That's it. So that's what I said. You already said German words and you thought they are English only.
Okay.
Okay. So should we proceed next? See, one word has many meanings. As I said starten, there is another word also for this starten. And you also know that word already. Beginnen. Simple, right? Very easy, no? Beginnen.
Yes.
Yes, begin and begin or start and connect. Like many technical words also you will feel like just en you add and it becomes German word. For example, we have find. Okay. Find. If you want to, if you see German, if you learn German, you will see one word, finden. Not find. They will say it is I. It should be like India. So it is finden. You can understand now. No? Tell me this word in English. What do you think? What is it?
Finden.
Senden in German. What do you think the English meaning is?
Search or send.
Sender.
Send.
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 Yeah, that's it. So finden, senden. Same starten, stoppen, chatten, zurfen. What is zurfen?
Searching, surfing.
Surfing. Zurfen, to surf.
Surf.
Okay. So many words are similar to English only. Okay, this is a pattern that every German verb ends with en, and that's what we are going to talk about in our grammar section. Okay, now you only came up with some examples, and we got to know that they are also very much similar in German, right? I didn't ask about starting and stopping, but we got to know that as well, right? Okay. Now you also know, you might be thinking, chalo, ye to ho gaya. Now, only one difficulty, that is grammar. Let's see how is that. And if it is easy, then there is no reason not to learn German, right? My question here. My question is, who doesn't speak Hindi here? Who doesn't speak Hindi? Please say I. Wow, everyone speaks Hindi, right? Sure?
Yes.
Yes, because the thing I'm going to tell, if you don't know Hindi, you may feel like, oh, it's horrible then. If you know Hindi, if you know English, plus if you know Marathi also, okay, you understand Marathi, at least Hindi, then you already know 90% of German grammar. Now, of course, you will say like kuch bhi, huh? Yes, that is very much true. And only this exclusive information is for Indians, only those who speak Hindi or at least understand Hindi. And here you will understand why everywhere people call German very rude language and it is very difficult, blah, blah, blah. Because they compare grammar with English, and which is completely different. You should compare that with Hindi, not Hindi, with Sanskrit, which is very much 90-95%. If you know Sanskrit very well, then you already know all the grammar rules of German. You just need to learn how to apply them. Okay, if you know Hindi, 90% of German grammar you know. When you learn that German grammar, if you compare with English, you will scratch your head and you will have hard time understanding that. But if you compare that with Hindi, you will feel like, ये तो मैं बचपन से use कर रहा हूँ. I'm using this since my childhood. I already know this logic. And the logic, one of the logic is this, what we said here, common, let's say. Common is to come. Okay. See, now here is this is very interesting part. German looks like English, but its grammar, logic, structure is like Hindi. So I always say this dialogue in my every seminar that German के जो दिखाने के दांत है वो English के हैं और जो चबाने के दांत है वो हिंदी के हैं जो हमें दिखते नहीं है. That means this logic structure. Okay, it looks like English, but the logic to frame sentences and all is similar to Hindi. So we used to say that Hindi Chini bhai bhai. No, Hindi German bhai bhai. Because when we will talk about grammar, you will feel like, how is it possible? I mean, when I learned this grammar, I literally thought like this, like, you know, Indians or Hindi speakers and German speakers, they sat together and they said, okay, how is the grammar rule in Hindi? Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, and they discussed together and they had same rules. Isn't that interesting? Did you expect this?
No.
I take your silence as no, we didn't expect that. Okay, so you want to check then some grammar rules?
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay, let's start. Common. Every German, I will not teach you grammar. I will just tell you what logic is similar. Okay. When you use this verb, you have to do something with this er. You need to remove that, and you have to add some endings. For example, if you say I come, then you will remove this, and you will say ish, comma. Ish, comma. But when you say you come, then there are three you. That is weird, right? One is Z, that means I will tell you. Another one is do and ear. Why there are three you? Similar to Hindi. Why there are three you? Similar to Hindi. What is that similarity? Z is up. Do, to, informal. When you talk to your one friend, yeah, informal. Ear. Okay, intentionally I'm writing this in Hindi, okay? So that you should understand that we speak already English. People usually think that, and then German is something like completely out of my world. Okay, I have never come across. But this is how we need to understand German.
Your voice is not audible.
Okay, okay. So this is how we need to understand German to make it easy. Compare that with Hindi. Okay, because this logic, what I said, you, there are three you. If you compare that with English, do you get any logic? Three you. We don't have, right? But in Hindi, we have. And now you can easily understand why there are three you. But in Hindi also, I said that these people sat together and then they designed the language. Okay. Now you see I did something here, change in the verb ending, right? The actual verb is en, common, en ending. But if you see here, it is ich, comma, sie, common, du kommst, and ihr kommt. Why the ending is changing? Do you think it is weird and hard to remember now? Say something. Yes.
Yes.
Just for
Yes.
example, in Hindi we say aap aao, tu aa.
Exactly. Not आप आते हो, तू आता है, तुम लोग आते हो, right? मेरा भाई आता है, मेरे पिताजी आते हैं. वो लड़का खाता है, दो लड़के हैं तो खाते हैं, right? लड़की खाती है, right? मेरा भाई खाता है, पिताजी खाते हैं. देखो भाई खाता है. Why? Informal. Informally बात करते हैं. But पिताजी, okay, खाते हैं. Respect. So exactly this, every factor is there in German, and these endings are fixed. For Z, it is always er. For do, any verb, st, const. Okay, so how would you say you start? You start beginner हमने, you begin. Beginner हमने देखा था, right? Beginner. So how would you say you start? You begin. Do, beginst. Right? St. This verb ending is fixed the way it is fixed in Hindi. So you need to understand this part. So when you learn this logic, compare that with English and you will find nothing similar. And that's why they call German difficult. Right? But German is not designed for them. German is designed for us. And we can learn it effectively because this logic, you tell me you know this logic or not in Hindi. You do that, you apply that, you use that. You cannot speak Hindi without this logic, can you?
No.
No, right? So this is called verb conjugation. Verb conjugation. But not only that. This is nothing but, you know what? In last 5 minutes, I taught you 3 tenses. What 3 tenses? Where did I teach 3 tenses? Change the ending, and these are 3 tenses. What does that mean exactly? You removed this en, right? And you added this e. Yes? It is ishkoma. What does that mean exactly? Ishkoma means it has 3 meanings. There, I come, I am coming, I will come. You say one sentence and it has 3 meanings in English. Why? Because in German, you just need to learn 2 sentence structures and you can express 12 tenses with them. The best part is there is no continuous tense in German. I will say, hi, how is that possible then? Just see, it is not something like I invented this language or it is new in the market and then you won't believe it will work. Already crores of people are speaking German. So we need not to have that doubt that how is it possible? They are already doing that. You just ask like, okay, how do I do that? Okay. Same sentence. I'm not saying it expresses 3 tenses because you make some changes in that sentence. No. Same one sentence has 3 meanings.
And how do we differentiate?
Huh? Yes.
And how do we differentiate? Because all the 3 sentences have their own different meaning, or
Right.
you can say different way. So how do
Right.
we differentiate ishkome?
Ishkoma. For example, first thing, continuous tense, it doesn't exist. So when you say, like you call someone and that person walks towards you and you say, okay, aata hu. He doesn't say aa raha hu, right? Not every time. So when you talk to that person and that person say aata hu and you see he is walking towards you, the tense doesn't matter to you, right? So people understand that ing according to situation. If the action is happening, they see, because we always consider this thing that how someone would understand that. But language communication, that happens with visuals more. Okay, according to situation, people understand that it is continuous tense or it is not. Okay, and continuous tense, that confusion we have because we have learned that. Germans haven't learned that. So they understand that according to situation, that the action is happening or not. And this factor actually doesn't matter to them, that what is this happening. Okay, action सिर्फ होती है, action always happens, that's it. Okay, continuous tense doesn't exist for them. Slowly you will understand. Now initially everyone has this doubt that okay, if I speak one sentence and someone who is listening has got three meanings, so what if he considers continuous tense? That confusion happens in every language, and we always cross check if we understood that or not. Okay, so for example, yes, I'm coming. I'm coming means, okay, you're coming right now? No, I'm coming in the evening. Achha, I thought you're coming now. So you confirm that, right? When you had confusion. So right now, this one extra word makes it clear. For example, ishkoma. Sorry, ishkoma. Ishkoma, and if you see there is some confusion, only when there is confusion, okay, that person is not understanding that I'm doing this. Then you just add one word, that is right now. Gerade, and that confirms that this action is happening right now or happens right now if you compare that with English. Okay, but for Germans that doesn't matter. We consider three meanings, and Germans mean to say this we don't have in our dictionary as well as in our grammar book. It doesn't exist. Now tell me, if you know tenses, there are 12 tenses. Okay, out of 12 tenses, how many tenses are there with ing, verb ing? 6. If you have learned that long time ago, 6 tenses have ing. That means those 6 tenses do not exist in German. Simple. Okay, now future tense. Okay, now to know more about that, we need to learn that topic properly, because I don't teach only this much. The whole 1.5 hour session is for conjugations only. Okay, so next, future tense. In Hindi we say kal milte hain. Okay, you ask your friend, अरे ट्रिप को जा रहे, तू आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? हाँ, कल बताता हूँ, या फिर मूवी देखनी है यार, चलो अगले हफ्ते जाते हैं, अगले संडे को जाते हैं. You use this or not? You say this, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now you tell me, you translate this sentence into English. You give someone your book and you ask him, like, when will you give me that book? Then he says, मैं कल देता हूँ. How would you translate that into English? मैं book कल देता हूँ.
I will give it tomorrow.
Right. कल मिलते हैं.
We'll meet tomorrow.
Right. In English, every time you're saying will. But my Hindi sentence actually in present tense. I didn't say कल मिलेंगे या फिर मैं कल book दूंगा. That is future. Right. But if you simply say कल देता हूँ is actually present tense. But you put time in that, future wala, it becomes future tense. And without even giving second thought, you understand the meaning of this is future, because there is kal, tomorrow word in that sentence, right? So present tense, and you add kal, it becomes future. And if you observe now onwards, you will notice that normally everyone uses present tense in Hindi as a future tense by just adding future time, that time in that. Okay, इवनिंग को बताता हूँ. Why didn't you say बताऊंगा? That is actually future. But no, we use present. We add time in that. It becomes future. Then Germans mean to say, "Ha, good idea. Let's do that." And then they use the same sentence, put time in that, and it becomes future for them. Okay, so that's why I always say, "Ek baam teen kaam." One sentence and 3 meanings. This is one sentence, present and future, and one more for past. And they literally mean to say that past is past. Don't come up with different ideas. I mean, they are saying this to English speaking people, that don't come up with different ideas. Whatever has happened 1 second before is past tense. That's it. Then you say past continuous, perfect past, then present perfect, and all that. We have nothing to do with that. We understand only this thing. One present tense, add time in that, it becomes future, and one past tense. Now, definitely you guys are technical and you will search immediately in Google side by side. I will, I had gone, I have gone. Google will give you everything. Google will give you everything. When you learn language, then you understand that, okay, we cannot literally translate everything from any language to any other language. If that was the logic, then grammar, we don't need. We would just learn vocab and then we will compare the words. Okay, I eat mango. मैं खाता आम. Would you do that? मैं आम खाता हूँ, right? You make changes. You don't translate word to word. So if you do that with Google, okay, it will give you some translation, but not the correct one always. Future tense, it will give you future tense. You just type any tense in that and it will give you except continuous tense, because that is the strict rule, and Google also knows that continuous tense does not exist. You try typing I am playing, they are going, that are and ing, it doesn't exist there. Okay, so we just need to learn how to do that and we need to practice a little. Okay, it is just like you wear jeans all the time and suddenly someday if you have to wear dhoti, that day will be awkward, na? Right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, but after 1 week, probably you will be comfortable with that. Okay, same thing. Now tell me, this one logic is there. Then there is another, there are many, like if we go on discussing, then we'll have to start the course itself. This is one example I told you, how it is similar to Hindi. Then there are many other things, adjectives, sentences like my, your, his, her, my. How do you say my brother in Hindi?
मेरा भाई.
मेरा भाई.
How do you say my sister? Meri sister. Right? So mera, meri, but in English it is my. Okay, mere dost, plural, my friends. My word doesn't change, but in Hindi it changes. Then Germans said, no, we'll follow Hindi and we'll also change it. So that change, Hindi speakers can understand easily because you already have that. You're using that. And then those who know only English, they scratch their head like only one word is there, my. And why there are multiple words? That is simple. My father. Okay, मेरा भाई, मेरी बहन, पिताजी है तो respect है तो मेरे पिताजी, right? So you know these changes. When you learn that in German, you understand it. Okay, fine, I know the logic. In English, that logic doesn't exist. So always I say, compare vocab with English and grammar with Hindi. Now you tell me Hindi if you know, but English if you know, okay, then learning German, is it like you need to start from the scratch, zero?
No.
No.
No, definitely not, right? So this is how grammar. Okay, then last part comes listening and speaking that we already discussed actually. Okay. Listening and speaking. Most of the people, they learn language, but they ignore this part. And ignoring this part means ignoring the basic natural rule of learning any language, that you need to listen that language. You need to listen. I mean, you will get the audios when, if we have course, you will get the audios. You will get music. Then once you start learning German, if you know how to frame sentences and all, then go for music. Don't jump for music now and try to learn something and then learn grammar. You won't understand why those words are like that. Okay, why that combination is like that. And once you learn German, improving German becomes easy because you know how to read, you know some grammar rules. Then just go on listening German music. More you listen, better you can sing. So better you can speak. Okay, so listening is key to success, and not listening means you learn it and you forget it. You learn it and you forget it because you are not getting habit of that language. Okay, when you listen, your brain is absorbing that. Okay, comparing with the grammar rules, what you have learned, and remembering it for long period of time. Okay, and whatever you listen, you can speak that. Now here I ask question, whatever languages you speak, you can speak them because you have heard people speaking that more and more in your environment, or you did some courses, that's why you can speak. Tell me the reason.
Listening.
Listening, right? So if you remember, पहली गाली हिंदी में बताता हूँ. पहली गाली आपने सुनी थी या खाई थी? हेलो, या दोनों?
याद नहीं.
हाँ ओके ठीक है. मैंने ये नहीं बोला कौन सी गाली. पहली गाली आपने सुनी थी या खाई थी? Of course. Okay, so you heard everything and you could speak. If you do not listen, you won't speak. That's simple logic. What to listen, when to listen, how to listen, everything step by step could be explained, because there also people do mistake. I mean, don't just go for one thumb rule that aisa kar to ho jayega. No. Okay, that will give you, if you take a wrong path and you blindly just walk on that path for a long period of time, and then you get to know, are yaar, in German it's not like this. Okay, for example, when I learned, I literally translated everything, and then after many days I realized that aisa nahi hota hai. And then I got practice of wrong German, and then it becomes difficult. So you need proper material, or if you want to do it seriously, you need proper guidance, so that you won't waste time, you don't lose confidence, you don't lose interest. Okay, and that's what usually my job is. Keep the course whole session, every day entertaining. Okay, like some suspense wali series that you want to watch one episode only, and then you feel like, okay, let's watch one more episode, I'm still not that sleepy. Okay, or kal jaldi bhi nahi utna hai, then you watch 2 more episodes, right? So that is very important. Fine. And the next part is demo session. Yeah, we would learn German lesson in 20 minutes. There I usually do reading part. Okay, I will show you that, and you will understand how you can read German already and how few rules you need to learn. Okay, but probably the easiest part we should do is numbers. That is without any thing. So how much time? It is 1:40. So in 10 minutes we are going to learn numbers, German numbers. Okay, that is also very interesting. Again, similar to Hindi. Are you curious? Are you curious to know how numbers are similar to Hindi? Do you want to know that? Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so you understood this part here. And in 10 minutes, that will be our last topic. After that, Q&A, question and answer. Now, I don't know you can turn on the mic or not, but if you can speak, repeat after me. Okay. I will write. My voice is not clear when I look towards the board, so I will write down first and then we will read that loud. Till then, you try reading that, whatever, but try to read it like Hindi or Marathi, okay? Or your native language, whatever it is. I hope everything is visible. Yes, everything is visible. Now just look at that and repeat after me. How do you say zero? Null.
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 Okay, so you might have tried reading that and you read it like null, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I said read it like Hindi, then it becomes null. The next eins,
Eins,
Ein.
Eins.
zwei.
zwei,
Yes.
drei,
Sorry, Z. Z is pronounced as ch. Okay, Z is never pronounced as z. So it is always, and this rule is fixed throughout the language. That Z is pronounced as sir, or tsunami, sir, utsav, sir. Okay, if you cannot, it is not literally chur, it is sir, utsav, sir. Okay, so it is swai. Repeat after me, swai.
Swai.
Try.
Swai.
Perfect. Then everyone got it correct. Dry,
Try.
fear.
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 Here.
You know, Volkswagen V is pronounced as F. And that rule is fixed throughout the language. It won't change in different words. Then fumes.
Fumes.
Fume.
Okay, this is not double I, this is U with umlaut. And its sound is like English U sound. And what if there is no umlaut? Then it is U. Okay, but now it is U. So it is fume. Fume.
Fume.
Yes. Next, S is pronounced as Z, Z sound, if there is vowel. And that rule is fixed throughout the language. Okay. So it is Zex.
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 You can see here there is E after S, so it is Z sound, and S at the end, so there is no vowel after last S, so it is normal sound. So it becomes Zex.
Zest.
Zex.
Zex.
Zebel,
Zeven.
Zeven.
Ak,
Ach.
Ak.
Neun,
Neun.
Neun.
Nine. And then next Z is pronounced as you know that. So it is Sen.
Se.
Ten.
Sen. You know Jackie Chan? So that Chen. Okay. So once again, a little bit faster. Null,
Null.
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 eins,
Eins.
zwei,
Zwei.
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 drei,
Drei.
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 vier,
Vier.
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 fünf,
Fünf.
Fünf.
Vier.
Sechs.
Sechs.
sieben,
Sieben.
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 Acht.
Acht.
neun,
Neun.
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 zehn.
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 These numbers are different, very much different. Okay, two more you need to learn different. After that, nothing is different. Everything is same. Whatever you have learned, you just need to do the addition, and that's it. Elf. Can you read that? Elf.
Elf.
That's fine. It's not.
How do you read that?
Wolf.
Wolf. Add sir in that. Wolf.
Skulf.
Ulf.
Sol. Yes, correct. Sol. That's it. And from here, it's simple mathematics. How would you say that? Tell me now.
Dreizen.
Correct.
Dreizehn.
That's it. Tell me.
Vierzehn.
Veertien.
Yes.
Fünfzehn.
Vijftien.
Sechzehn.
Sechzehn.
Siebzehn.
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 Achtzehn.
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 Neunzehn.
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 Zweizehn.
Zwanzig.
Yes, you knew this word already, right? Hello? Someone said Swanson? And that is correct. Sir, Z is pronounced as sir, so it is Swan. and again Z, Sig. G also or IG at the end can be pronounced as ish, swanfish. So repeat after me, swanfish,
Swanfish.
swanfish, swanfish. Say 3, 4 times swanfish, swanfish. You get, comfortable with that sound. Yeah? Tongue twisting shouldn't happen. Like swanfish, swanfish. I hope those who have mic off, they're trying this. Swanfish, swanfish. So you need to learn 0 to 10, 11, 12, 0 to 10, 11, 12, and 20. And after this, you know everything. How do you say 21 in English? In English. 21, right?
Yes.
Yes. How do you say that in Hindi?
21.
Yes, right? Did you notice the difference? In English, you are saying 20 first and then 1. But in Hindi, you are saying
Not
Ek.
audible.
okay. In English, you are saying 21, right? In English, you are saying 20 and then 1. But in Hindi, you call it ek is, ikkis, right?
Yes.
Yes. Any other language, Indian language? How do you say 21 in Marathi or Punjabi?
21.
Ekvis, right? In Marathi, it is very much clear. In English, you say 21, and in Marathi, you say 120. Ekvis. Simple, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll follow that. Only instead of saying ekvis, we will add the word and, 1 and 20. Und, ein und. Ein und 20. Repeat after me. Ein und 20.
21.
21. 21. Say 3, 4 times 21. 21.
21.
Okay. Now say only und 20. Don't say ein.
21.
Und 20. Und 20. And.
Zwei und 20.
Correct.
Zwei.
20.
23.
Drei und 20.
24. 25. 26. 27.
27. 28.
20. 29.
29.
29. 29.
Dreißig.
Yes. Dreißig. Double S. Okay, dreißig or dreißig. Dreißig, dreißig, dreißig. G is also correct. Huh? So there is no one specific pronunciation correct. Multiple. If you talk to different people in different parts of Germany, you will understand that you are having unnecessary stress of being perfect with the pronunciation, because no one is perfect. Everyone has different sound. So you can go ahead with your sound and it will match with some other German. Okay, so don't have that stress of being perfect with your pronunciation. Tell me, how would you say 31? Ein und
30.
31. You need to learn now only 40, 50, 60. Because 55 or 59 will be 9 and 50. 92 will be 2 and 90. Got the logic? And 100 is 100. That's it. So we don't have to learn all the numbers. but up to 20 and 21, 22, 23, how to say that. Okay, so now this is how learning language or learning German particularly is technical. Not technical, I mean logical. You learn some part and rest of the part you can easily manage yourself. Got it? So this was the topic, and now our today's session according to this is done. Exams are there, different exam, international exams, and mainly the Goethe Institute exam that is recognized worldwide, and they will have exam pattern that includes reading, writing, listening, speaking, all these 4 modules. And if you pass the exam, that means you score 60%. Out of 100, you score 60 and you pass. Though it sounds like 60% passing is there, but that's quite easy. Those who attend class regularly, they can also pass the exam easily. Those who study, they can score 70, 80. Those who study fairly well can score 90, and those who take it as a passion and they learn it like, you know, all the time, changing their entertainment language to German, phone language to German, and trying to listen German music only and all, they will score close to 100. So that is how the language is. I hope I gave you some idea about German language, how is it and all, and you enjoyed the session. If you have any queries, any questions, please go ahead.
Just one thing from my side, Anand. Like I know how to pronounce 1 to 10 in Spanish. So how do I make sure that I do not mix these things?
Okay, see, 2 things will mix only at the initial stage. Okay, once you get perfect with any one of them, that mixing, you know, it gets sorted then. You mix only when both the things you just started learning, both the things you are like, you know, not confident about. Like either you have to be confident about Spanish or German, then it won't mix with German, or if you're confident about German, it won't mix with Spanish. And that happens usually first 10 days, 15 days of the language. After that, it doesn't happen. It is exactly like, you know, you talk to your 2 friends and you are used to talk to one friend in Hindi and one friend in Marathi, right? So when you call your that friend, you automatically start speaking in Hindi. You don't have to understand, you don't get confused like Marathi or Hindi. But if you talk to both of them at once, then you say, yaar, ek minute, ek language mein baat karo. Ye hota hai na confusion? That happens, right? So confusion will be there only when simultaneously you have to communicate with 2 languages, alternatively with him. But if you talk to one person at once, there will be no confusion at all.
Thank you.
Any other doubts, any other queries, anything, any question, don't hesitate. Let it be the stupidest or rude, a very rude question. I don't mind. I would answer that. You know, just go ahead. Okay, nothing. Then we have 4 minutes more. But from my side, the session is over. If you have anything to say, someone would continue the session. I mean, to conclude this.
Thank you, Anand.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, Anand,
Thank you so much
for giving us your valuable time and support here. And this is a wonderful webinar. And just a request from participants, like I've shared a feedback link in the chat box. Please fill and submit the same so that we can make more useful in coming days. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me here. I really enjoyed the session. Okay. So
okay.
Thank you, Anand.
yes, auf
Thank you,
Wiedersehen.
Anand.
Thanks, Anand.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anand.
Thank you.
Bye.